the home of every artist in Ghana now is Vibes in 5. There's no way you can do all your promotions and go on all your interview tour without finally gracing the Vibes in 5 stage. This is Ghana's only social media celeb talk show. Call me Arnold Mensah Labanyo, and you would definitely be right. And if you add bra Yuzimi, it means you're a family member. Yuzimi as a straight off, my costume is always made possible by Which One Clothing. Call him on 05011555602, 05011555602, and we're proudly held down by Xylophone Cash. Monetize your creativity. I have a big one with me. His name is IWAN. I win always naturally. He's one of the people who started and made dancehall great in Ghana, and then he went off a bit. He's now out with an album, and we're going to be talking about it. He's pushing it. He has some singles as well. He recently traveled. I don't know where he went to, but I saw pictures. IWAN.
Yes, I.
Wagwan.
I don't know where they are.
Now, IWAN, tell me honestly, this one, I want the truth from you. What has been the problem with the brand IWAN?
Well, when you say problem, I don't really
get it,
but I say challenges because what really happened started with the management in 2011.
Yeah.
And right from the management, it has been from this problem
to
this
that
problem and this problem to this problem. And all is because of the basic or the initial problem that I had with the management. That is what I feel.
Which was
because of money.
Okay.
I feel that I wasn't getting enough, and I complained, and my complaint wasn't heard, and it wasn't even addressed. Like even you and somebody working, you even tolerating the person's view. So I felt like no. Being an awarded artist, going to London, coming back touring and everything, and don't have nothing to show, and don't have certain things to prove, and can't live comfortable as an artist, I can't continue with such a management. Rather than we have to come out and understand on a paper that will be mutually beneficial to us. And I think that's where Bulldog didn't understand, and he first took it to the media that IWAN has left the Bull House Entertainment, and from there I started hearing a whole lot of stories which wasn't true. None of them were true.
Can we correct some of them here now?
Like I'd made so much money, and I was leaving the record label. It even came in showbiz. I was in front page. That Bulldog said I have to pay 1 billion Ghana cedi before I walk away from the label. And for that matter, it gave me a very black, image. It made some people felt I really played smart. And those times though I was in school, I was at the university at Legon, so I didn't have the chance to be responding to the things that were going on the media, because basically Bulldog went on every station. I remember the first station he went was on Atlantic, on McRequay's program, to say a whole lot of things. But all what I remember is I just called a meeting and said, Bulldog, the money where they get, I know they get nothing, you understand, and I can't do nothing with it. And you yourself, you can testify. We've released an album, God being so good, it won us 2 awards, and we are now in London. So we are back. Let's do something about it. So I could also have something small. And if it even takes that, you would take some part of my money to do some responsibilities, which you originally was doing with your money, I still accept that. So that the percentage can at least go up a bit. And I think that was where
the problem started. How much was it? How much are we talking about?
Well, what we are talking about, out of 100, I guess somewhere around a 70. No, a 30.
30%.
Yeah, not fully 30, and the rest goes to
Bull House.
So
70 plus goes to Bull House.
Yes, 70
and then you get
plus.
30 or less.
Yeah.
Out of any money that comes in.
Any money that comes.
But you agreed and probably you signed.
No, we didn't sign. That was what brought the problem, because we were working on a gentleman's agreement, but a pending contract to be signed, which he himself knew that I didn't sign because I wasn't happy with the terms. But since we have to work and we can't wait and there's no time, we were working with the terms, but the contract was still unsigned. So when the problem came, the problem really went deep.
It went deep. So would you say...
We took lawyers. My lawyer was there and his lawyer. So at the end of the day, there wasn't any... It was like a foolish case, because I have not signed a contract, but you're working with the whatever that is in the contract. You understand me? And I feel that what is in the contract is cheat, and my lawyer endorsed it. You understand? That is cheat, and he himself, at a point in time, I think he himself knew that no, where the issue is going, I'm right, because as an artist, even the world standard percentage for an artist to get in a record label is not less like what I was getting, you know. So
what is it? What is the world standard percentage?
Well, an artist will get like a 40, 30 plus and
30
over.
plus.
Yes.
And over.
And that is even if the artist is not doing certain things.
Yeah.
Or is signed to a bigger record label and been given some things.
So are you giving accommodation?
No.
You weren't giving accommodation?
No.
Transportation?
No transportation, nothing.
Studio expenses and all, traveling expenses?
No. Traveling expenses only when we have a show, only when we have a studio. Yes, but sometimes Bulldog can attest. I take a taxi and I meet him at the studio.
Okay.
Yes. Most of the times, you know, we meet halfway.
And then you continue.
And I join his card and we go.
Wow.
Yeah. So there wasn't like a signing from Boo House and some house and some this like from house xylophones. It was Charlie.
Was it all hype?
Here.
Was it all hype? All the things we heard about, you know, IWAN at the time, big hits, big star, everything was hyped.
Well, I wouldn't say hyped, because most of our hype came from our performances. You know, where we go somewhere, we go turn up the place. The following week, everybody's talking about IWAN. Oh, this new youth, this.
And then you became a household name.
Yeah, I've never heard anywhere that me and Bulldog framed something, lied. No, we never did that.
So with all what you have recounted, would you say Bulldog was or is your problem?
Well, recently he came out himself to testify that he has been my major block in my career, and he extends an apology, an official apology on Hits FM, that is on Miss G's program, that he said he feels that the things that he did around 2011, 2012, there are certain things that happen, especially a very big event at the stadium. Movado was in Ghana, which
you were supposed to perform,
and he was really the quote-unquote problem why I couldn't perform. So he said that, and he said he believed that he's the reason why my career have gone down the drain. So it's not like I am trying to push this into people's mind.
He said it himself.
He said it himself just last year, 2007.
Have you forgiven him?
Well, I don't keep grudges. Me and Bulldog are friends. We still talk, we still link up. And
so have you forgiven him?
I've forgiven him, but he don't just have to say such and just think that's it. Because if you believe that you have been the reason why somebody have not gotten to somewhere, and you now come and apologize to the person, what is the compensation? And what is what you are doing if you're not even kind of like trying to do whatever you destroyed? Same thing, you can do something to uplift the person to a level.
So would you call on Bulldog to compensate you?
Bulldog is older than me, and I believe he knows what is right.
So you think he has to compensate
Yes,
you?
I think it doesn't have to come with only a sorry. Yes, because when somebody does that to you, like Arnold, imagine those times. If my fame had continued every week, would you know how much I'll be doing from shows? Or probably every year.
Yeah.
It would have been billions, and that's 2011. So now, so 7 years.
7 years.
So
and you are making
so
billions.
and I'm making billions. So and even it will be more because
Yeah.
I believe in my act.
And you could do bigger things
I
by
could have
now.
done bigger things by now. I could have been worth some money that, you know, both of us, me and him, would have been enjoying now. So he himself, he knows what to do. It doesn't have to just come and say, oh, sorry. I want this. You know that what you did, it blocked the progress of my shine and where I was moving with my music. And I had to come back and start, you know, because all the allies that Bulldog had believed in Bulldog's story. So they stopped playing my music.
They blacklisted you.
Yes, my videos, so many stuff. And you know, so many rumors. I don't know where it was coming from. Because only whatever happened between me and Bulldog, to me, was just only the money
issues and the contractual issues. So
aside that,
should he agree to compensate you, what exactly are you looking at? What do you want him to do specifically?
Well, looking at, just like I've estimated, the kind of like money I would have made
by now.
Looking at that, I'm not expecting him to come and give me all money or come and say this, that. And I'm not going to mention any figure. You understand? I started by saying he's older than me and he's wiser than me. So he would know what to do. You understand?
So if you expect
if
him,
the question of compensation
comes
in the picture.
Is in the picture. It's actually in the picture.
Yes, then
you have mentioned it.
Yes, then he has to know what.
And how much are you looking at? Or in terms, I mean, if you can't mention the money, let's talk percentage.
Yeah.
What percentage of the damage he has caused you would you like him to pay back?
I think if he can't do nothing, 50% will do.
A 50%
Yes,
of everything.
will do at the gross kind of income that I would have made over the years.
Averagely, how much are you looking at by now? Let's just do a rough calculation.
I could have made, let's say, you know, I can't calculate because the money is too big.
But
I could have made so much money because that in 2010, averagely, we played shows and we took like 5,000.
Yeah.
You know, that was
2010.
Yeah, in 2010. That was even when we were coming up.
Yeah.
And we didn't even have an album yet. So imagine I was the at Ghana Music Awards, I was the best reggae, what Samini is enjoying now. That was me in 2011. So imagine a show, how I would charge or how my management would charge on behalf of me. It would have been say like 500 or 300 million old Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
So let's just say average a billion multiplied by 7.
A billion multiplied by 7. That's about 7 billion.
7
Let's
billion.
make a round figure. 10 billion.
10 billion.
And so if he won't do anything at all, plus other things. So much things coming from places. So you're expecting him to pay like at least 5 billion out of the 10. That's a 50%.
Well, he should have even paid even more than 10 billion.
More than 10. Yeah, it's possible.
To be real and to substantiate his apology and to make people feel that this is really an apology. But you just said that in the air and it's gone.
It's gone.
So you believing that, oh, what you did and what you did, quote unquote, really stopped IWAN from moving ahead, then at least you have to do something to bring him back.
And that's what you're expecting him to do. He should pay at least 50% of whatever he made you lose as a result of his actions.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really
and
crazy.
That's because we all lost. But if it was to be on only my side, I would have said 100%.
He should pay 100%.
Because I know Bulldog himself, he knows he's lost. Because he knows the talent that I am. And he knows that if we were to continue, or if he had listened to me, he understand me, and at least added a 5 or a 10%, we would have been somewhere now.
Maybe he dumped you for Shatawale, who gave him so much
No,
money.
at that time, Shatawale was not in the picture.
Shatawale was not in the picture.
No. It was after like a year.
Before Shatawale came in the picture.
They started working.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So you have a new tune or you have a new album?
Yeah, the latest album is Trust in the Lord. I released it last year, in September.
You've got some great tunes on there. I remember I was on 3FM with you. Great tunes.
Yeah. So that is what I'm pushing currently, and I'm working towards the next album, which is going to be released this September.
This September.
Yeah.
Wow. You are doing well, oh. Like
Yes,
for
sir.
real.
Yes, sir.
And you are dealing album, no singles.
Yeah, because that's the way forward, you know. I don't know where I'm going to stop this music. I don't know where I might not have the ability to sing again. So I always organize my thoughts into albums
And put them down.
I put them down.
Wow, that's crazy. So what's the biggest song on the album that people are enjoying now?
When the Most High bless you, them go talk say juju, Most High bless you. Them I go sit and calculate when the Most High bless you. Yeah, man, that's the biggest song.
That's the biggest song.
It's an
What's the title?
inspirational song. When the Most High
When the
bless you.
Most High bless you.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised you're saying Bulldog did so much to you when you believe in God. If God doesn't agree, whatever Bulldog did wouldn't affect you. What do you think?
You know, in life, God does what He does, and there are certain things that is human affairs. You understand? All this is human affairs. What Bulldog did to me, even if I was a reverend father, it will still affect me. You know, because it's human affairs. We built it on trust. We got somewhere. What I felt was there were people talking to him. You know, people saying things in his ears. And as artists and management, things shouldn't be so. They have to be togetherness, trust, and you know, that love.
Would you like to work with him again?
I've always said he is the best manager in Ghana, and that's the main reason why I didn't work with no management when
you blew up.
When we broke up, you know.
Okay.
So him with the right contract, why not?
You would like to work with Bulldog?
Yes,
again?
because my beef with him wasn't on any personal issue, just business. Make money, let me also make money. So
we all make money.
Yeah.
Have you had any beef with Samini?
Well, long time ago.
A long time ago, there was a beef with you and Samini.
Yeah, a long time ago. And,
what brought that beef?
And yeah, man, it's the same Movado show, which he was supposed to be the person in charge of everything because he was hosting the show.
Movado, yeah.
And initially, him invited me.
Okay.
You know, him.
Samini invited you.
Himself invited me at one Raquel's event in Osu.
Wow.
So we all went to support Raquel, some live band thing, and we had the opportunity to meet for the first time.
Wow.
And then he and his management told me that, you know, we are bringing Movado and we'll be interested if you are on. I said, yeah, man, we are right, you know, me there, you know. Then after that, I was talking with Tony. We spoke like 2-3 times, you know, before the show. And then on the day of the show, Bulldog comes in. So my beef with him was, why did him quickly jump on the other side when I was the person who was dealing with all this while? Because he knew that, yes, IWAN had a manager.
But he was dealing with you?
Yes, me, he and Tony, Tony, I sent Tony my pictures, whatever they need from me, interview, whatever, Tony calls me. He doesn't call Bulldog. But why on the D-Day?
You're dealing with Bulldog.
And Bulldog now comes to tell you that he's my artist, me and him are working, and he left me, and this and that, and for that matter, I'm not going to allow him to perform. You know? And then they weren't saying anything. And I was like, what? But everything was me and you know, from day one. And you are aware, that within 2 months or partially 2 months, you've been using my image all around, you've been using my name all around
for promotion
for this show. You, Samini, you are aware. You know, you don't see me as a stupid person not to know that. So I can even sue you on that. But I just forgot about everything. When the next week they came out with some flimsy excuses that it was the rain, it was this and this that made me not perform. But I knew that it was a planned thing
for you not to perform.
Yes. So that was my beef with him. He was real. He was a real brother, and he knows that he was him that invited me. He would have told Bulldog, yo, this guy, I invited him. So whatever problem you have with him is you and him. But this is my show. But why now side with Bulldog, and now I become the evil person? I become the odd one out. Arnold, I was standing for good 1 hour to 2 hours.
And nothing was happening.
Nothing was happening. Every industry player was there. So it's not like I'm lying. Everybody was there to see.
Wow.
Yeah, and even it got to a time that I had the chance to go on stage. As soon as I got on stage, Samini's band quickly went there and started playing Samini's song. Then, everything looked like, yo, he himself, Samini, didn't want me to perform. You know.
And has he personally spoken to you about that?
Never.
Ever since?
Never.
He has never said a word to you about that?
Never ever. Has even said somewhere that, oh, sorry, IWAN, this didn't really go down well, or maybe probably it wasn't my intention. Never.
He has never said that. Nowhere. Have you met him one-on-one ever since?
No, since then we've not met one-on-one, but we've been going on programs.
He performed
based on this very issue. You know, we've been called on a lot of programs to discuss this same issue, and there's nowhere that I've ever heard Samini rendering an apology.
But do you demand an apology from him?
Well, he's wise.
No, but do you demand an apology?
Of course, everybody. That's why I'm still holding the grudge.
You're still holding the grudge?
Yeah, because
between you and Samini.
Well, I'm not holding it in a sense, say like that is my.
Yes, but you have it in you.
I don't feel alright, because if you feel somebody has done something to you, and the person feels he hasn't done something to you, that's a different thing. But if the person feels that, oh, really what I did was bad, and one way or the other comes out to apologize, then you can take it out from your heart. Yeah. But him trying to paint himself the angel, and he is good, and he is that and that and that, and nothing is wrong. You know, I don't feel it's right.
I heard a song from him, you know, sadly bald head I grow dread. You remember that song, Vextra? There's a line in it like that. Have you ever heard that line?
No, I've not heard it.
Play Vextra. You know, sadly a bad head I glow dread, blah 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 blah. Have you also done a song hitting him?
No. Well, Vextra came at a point when I wasn't in the picture of whatever they were having. You know, it was a beef, I think, between him and
Shatawale.
Yes.
But I think you had your portion in there.
Yeah, but for me, if you have to, he's a scarecrow, you know.
He's a scarecrow?
Yeah,
Samini is a scarecrow?
He's a scarecrow, he's a coward, you know. From long time, he can't even mention my name on radio or nowhere. I think before he goes on show, he tells the person, Charlie, make you ask me IWAN question.
Really?
I think so.
I've interviewed him before, he never said that.
Did you ask him an IWAN question?
No, I didn't anyway.
You should, because you're asking me of a Samini question now.
Maybe the next time
so
I have
it should
him.
be all round.
Yes, the next time I have him, definitely. There are questions I ask him about.
And he doesn't talk about me.
Isn't that good? Isn't that good?
No. We are in a fraternity. It's a family. You understand? It doesn't have to be good or bad.
But you just have to talk about the person.
Yeah.
Like you are talking about him now.
Yeah, you can't come and always be talking about yourself.
Yeah.
And him knows that if he is enjoying some kind of whatever kinship, he didn't start that kinship. He was in the business still, you know. But I came to put the game in a different level, and even people started blaming him that he wasn't doing real dancehall. He remembers it. If you ask him, there was a point that everybody is saying Samini is a hip life
artist.
Why were they saying that? It's because of what we were doing. I also came in the picture with some kind of some tree vibe. Yeah, I would have been same like Samini. Why is he now stepping out on the tree as if Samini wasn't a tree artist and now he's doing English? Who gave him that kind of vibes? You know, so I always say that these people, most of them are ungrateful in certain ways that they themselves, they don't know.
Samini and co.
Most of them, not only him, most of the artists, you know, some of us open the way, you know, not necessarily the forefronters, but we shine our light upon the game for people to have an ear, you know, for what some of us are doing now. So we need some kind of
recognition and respect and big up. That's why you say he's a coward.
Yeah, man, he's a coward. He always hides at the back of the curtain. He can't say IWAN, you can say LIWAN. Say IWAN and come out straight, because dancehall, you know, hide and talk straight. And they don't know, you know, this is what we have to teach to the fans them and let them know that there's a side of dancehall that is confrontational. And if you confront, that doesn't mean physical, you know, it's only in the lyrics. So he can't step up with me in a beef. I'll just kill him, you know, 1 week.
1 week.
Kill him.
Samini can't stand you in a beef.
Never ever. He should try.
He can't.
He will never ever even accumulate a mindset to clash IWAN. He can just no, he will never do that. Wow. His career is online. I don't strive on beef to become popular, but most of them, that's what they do. I don't take him out. I don't take Shatawale out. They strive on beef to become popular. I don't do that. No, and if they try me now, me I go kill all of them career, man, because I'll let them know that somewhere around 2009 and 2010, 11, none of them were in the scene. And if they were in the scene, they were in a different light, which is hip life. Wow. And I was the reggae dancehall artist. Who Is Bad is the biggest song up till now. There's no song bigger than Who Is Bad, and they know it. I don't see any song bigger than Who Is Bad.
Crazy. This is a crazy question, but I have to ask. Why do you always cover your hair?
Well, I cover my hair always because of a style and because of a kind of niche I want to carve for myself.
Okay, covered Rasta, like Black Rasta does. He's always covering his hair.
Yeah, but okay, me I've not seen him before.
You don't see Black Rasta hair before. It's always
Mostly
covered.
some Rastas don't want the public to see their hair, you know, purposely because of the school of thoughts they come from. Yeah, because they believe when you see their hair, you've seen their nakedness. Wow. Yeah. So
is it the same with you too?
No, I have. Just like I said, I just wanted to carve a niche for myself. Yes.
But then some folks say you have a bald head. There's a portion of your head that the Rasta doesn't grow, so you're always covering it.
Yeah, it might look like that's the reason.
But you see, there was a photo of you not too long ago with your hair without this thing.
Yeah, I am the same person that put the photo out.
You were the same person that put the photo out there.
Just to let people know that I'm not ashamed of my bald head, and that is not the reason why I'm covering my hair. So I just wanted people to see, if this is what you want to see, then that is it. But I don't cover my hair.
Like he decided to give it to them, like it's in your hair.
You know, but you see, you just have to live a real life. You know, let people know what is really going on with you, but not what they are hearing outside. Yeah.
And who do you think is living a fake life aside from yourself? You are living a real life.
So many people are living fake life.
So many people are living fake life.
I can't mention names, but I can give scenarios. You have people who come out to say this and that and that and that, but can't prove it.
A typical example.
That's what I'm saying.
No, forget the name, but give me the example. Give me the scenario.
Okay, like example.
Yeah.
Like saying a lot of things in music which in real life doesn't really apply, doesn't really fit.
Doesn't fit.
Yes. When you study IWAN, I don't really do that. If I don't have this, I don't have it. If I have it, you know, I can boast of it in music. Yes, and I find it that most of Ghanaians really love that style.
Like the brag and style.
Boast. Yes, I do. Say this and say that. Even when you don't have it, they want you to say.
Say you have it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just follow that? to give you the bars and the hits and the name?
Well, it's hype.
Yeah.
And every artist need hype, but you need to know the kind of hype that you.
What kind of hype will be okay for IWAN?
Well, I want people to love me because of my performances, my lyrics, what I say in my music, the positive impact is they are getting. You understand? That is my hype. I don't want any hype that comes from somewhere which it doesn't really relate to me in any way. Like saying that I drive, Benz and Beamer and I live in this and that. And I can't prove it because you have to prove it.
You have to prove it.
Yeah, people have to see you in it. They have to see you in that house. That whatever that you say you have, do something. And I see more artists in this country bragging this and that, and just common donations they don't do.
Common donations they don't do.
Very common donations.
Common donations they don't do. But they brag to have things.
To have things, to be in some kind of whatever world ratings or whatever. But they don't do nothing because that should mean that you have a responsibility to the society. Because whatever money that you say you've gotten is a society that gave it to you. Yeah.
But they are not doing.
Yeah.
Do you do donations yourself?
Well, I've done donations before in 2013 in my alma mater in Newtown. I did some books, 1,000 branded books and pens and all that.
That's
to
good.
the school. Yeah.
That's good.
And even that time, we weren't having this big income in our music, but we were just trying to do something. Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever been the biggest artist in Ghana at any point in time?
Yes. I think so. In my journal, in my journal of music, which is reggae dancehall.
Reggae dancehall. There was a time you were the biggest.
Yeah, 2010, 2011. I was the biggest, and I still think I'm the biggest.
And you still think you're the biggest reggae dancehall artist in Ghana?
I still think I'm the biggest.
You are the biggest reggae dancehall artist in Ghana. Yeah. What makes you think so?
Well, because of the content and because of what my achievements so far. I won't equate it to awards, So I don't want people to feel achievements only come from awards. But looking at my journey so far in the music, the kind of things that I've said in music, comparing it to the quote-unquote A-list artists who are supposed to be the biggest, I don't see a tally at all.
You don't see a tally?
No, I don't see a tally.
They come no close to you?
No. They are doing their stuff, but originality, where the genre originated from, looking at who is doing the original stuff, not the diluted stuff, we can't compare at all.
Does Stonebwoy come close to you?
Yeah.
Stonebwoy comes close to you.
Stonebwoy comes
in terms
close.
of originality.
In terms of originality, in terms of composition, in terms of lyrics.
Because
reggae dance or lyrics is very important. You don't just say anything just like that.
He comes close to you, but he can't beat you.
Never.
Stonebwoy can't beat you.
No, he knows it himself.
He knows it himself that he can't.
Once at a point in time he called me Dada. I don't know if now he can own up still and call me Dada. Yeah.
Because you're still the biggest.
Yeah, man, I feel so, and not with any competition mind, because I'm not competing with anybody.
But you just feel you're the biggest.
Yes, I feel I'm the best. I feel what I'm doing. I don't see anybody trying to be on the same lane with me.
Does Shatawale come close?
Nobody come close. The only person that come close and nearer is Stonebwoy.
Apart from him, nobody comes close.
Nobody come close. They are doing their thing. I'm not like condemning what they are doing, but they have their little thing going on, have their fan base, have their little hype. But when we go on the international stage and they put IWAN works and they put their works,
are you the man?
Yeah, man. I think they themselves, they will testify that the Ghanaian crowd are yet to accept the quote-unquote 100% reggae dancer, because we can't give it to them like that. So we have to dilute it, put some tree in there. Yeah. But they know. So that's where artists like Raskuku and all that come in. But if we have to do it real and real, like where all of us are copying from, because no Ghanaian reggae dancehall artist will tell me he's not copying somebody from Jamaica. You know, every one of us, and most of them too, except me, bite lyrics, steal lyrics from these people.
Okay, they steal lyrics.
Yeah, they steal lyrics. They bite lyrics and sometimes, you know, try to fool the fans and make them feel they are lyrical or this or that.
But they are stolen lyrics.
Well, I don't fight that.
IWAN, thank you very much for being on Vibes in 5. I really appreciate this. Yeah, this is a heartfelt conversation, right from the heart, man. I know you enjoyed it yourself.
Yeah, man.
IWAN, big up your fans and say whatever you have to say to them, man.
Yes, sir. I big up everybody that support IWAN from day one, you know, and to Bulldog himself, you understand. We should have been making money, instead of fight, and big up the industry, big up yourself,
big up yourself, man.
And big up everybody supporting IWAN. And last thing I want to say is we are coming out straight and big and strong this time, and all the artists them vibing and muff and saying them are lyrical this and that, performing wise and thing. Right now we are in the picture, you know. We want everything to be, we don't want no bias and thing. Let's just submit the platform to all artists and everybody to come and portray what he has, and let's see what the people would say and what the people will enjoy.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir.
All right. Rah. That's it, coming from IWAN on Vibes in 5. What else can I say? This is the show. Ghana's only social media celeb talk show. My name is Arnold. Big up to Eddie. Big ups to Vanny Tomica. Big ups to Shine, ESK Collections, and all those who are playing a part in Vibes in 5. My name Arnold. You can always call me. You see me.